everybody imagine losing your home to a fire not once, but twice. It happened to my next guest, first in 2019, then she painstakingly rebuilt, only to lose it again 4 months after moving back in. Even worse, this happened just before the holidays, when she was also expecting her third child. It's like hurdle, hurdle, hurdle. Here to share her story is Mimi and her mama, Debbie. Hey guys, how are you doing?
Hi, Kelly.
Hi. Oh, I'm so sorry. I can see you getting emotional already. I'm so sorry. So, I can't. I'm literally. I'm reading the copy for the show, and I'm just like, it's insane. Your lives, and like just like you're just like, okay, just a moment. I feel like I'm constantly treading water in a storm. But first, the good news though, everybody is okay, right? No one's hurt, right?
Oh man, yes, both times we are all safe and sound. We got out of the house. Sorry.
No, you're fine. Oh, what a baby.
And we're all good. We're good.
I know that is the good news. But tell us how the fire first started.
So I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. It's your baby. That's okay.
We're gonna transfer. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh, never apologize. You were talking to a mama. I have 2 little ones. I get it. You're good.
I know. In 2019, we had a weird electrical fire. Prior to that, my husband, who's a police officer, he's at work right now. We found our dream home. I mean, the perfect neighborhood. It's the neighborhood I grew up in. It's down the street from my parents' house. It is, oh, there he is. It's perfect. It's sits up on a hill and we have these views of Reno and it's like a tree house. So the first time we lost it was in 2019. We had an electrical fire on the backside of our house and whatever wasn't burned was damaged with smoke.
That happened to me once. This is in no comparison to your situation, but I did lose all my stuff in a fire, and if it wasn't burned, the smoke and water damage was overwhelming. Like literally, I left with 1 box, and it was the day I moved in to the place. So like I get the fact of like, oh my gosh, like everything is gone. Our insurance didn't kick in until the next day. It's just one of those things where you're just like, how do you recover like from something like this? And I think the thing that happened with your family is your family kind of took you in, right? Your mom?
Yes, so my mom took us in,
Hi, Mom.
which I'm super, super grateful for.
I'm back. Sorry.
Do not apologize. Oh gosh, y'all are like me. You say I'm sorry too much. But I mean, it's a no-brainer to obviously take your kid in, but it's a lot of people in one house, right?
Well, you don't ever anticipate anything like that happening. And so we were kind of just dealt that. And of course, I'd do anything for Mimi and her family. So yes, they came and lived with us. And we also own a retail store in Reno. And so we were working together 24/7 and living together 24/7. And it was just a lot.
Amen. Yeah.
We were, I'm thankful that my parents lived down the street and we got really lucky to be able to live with them while we built back our house. So when we were building it back, my husband and I just said, go big or go home. Let's make it the way that we really want to have it. So he worked hard. I worked hard. We tapped into savings. We did all the things we could to make it really, really our dream home. And when we were moving back in, we found out that we were expecting our third son, Skip, over here.
And so then what happened? Then the second fire, you were like in there for like what, 4 months?
Yeah, 4 months. So then the week before Thanksgiving, I'm 37 weeks pregnant. I call my mom. She brings a coffee. I said, let's just finish Skip's room. So we're hanging up the little clothes and putting all of the things away and just really enjoying that moment of nesting. And the brush fire started and it just went so fast. We could see the smoke. There was a knock on the door to evacuate. I grabbed a few items and as I was leaving, I was looking back and I knew I wasn't gonna go home. Sorry. And my poor husband, I feel so bad for him. He's working and he's evacuating people. And he had to send me a text message because he was the one that saw our house on fire. And he told me that our house was on fire again.
Oh, I can't imagine. I'm like, woo. Okay. Well, Debbie, this happened on top of an already, then I found out this part of the story. It's like a whole other layer. This was already a very difficult year for you, right?
About 5 years ago, I was diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer. And I was going through some treatment, and I got really sick right when Marie was getting ready to have her baby. I got really sick from the chemotherapy. So it's been a little hairy at times. It's been a little hairy, a little challenging, and we just try and push through it.
Yeah, we're super grateful that we can just have this moment together. As hard as it is, it's almost better that we're like doing it as a bigger unit.
You have a very great outlook on it. Mimi, you had total strangers helping you, right?
Oh man, yes. I mean, not only did we have a neighboring business help me with the donations and friends and family, we had complete strangers, people that we've never met, our paths have never crossed. We had 2 churches do a donation basket, and then we had this letter, of this couple in a neighboring city wrote a letter to their neighbors about our situation, and they did donations of diapers and gift cards and baby gear. It was just, I'm sorry, I'm emotional thinking about it because it was overwhelming. Like, holy moly, this is the coolest thing ever. You know,
Yeah.
We live in this place that's known as the biggest little city, and people don't realize that Reno just rallies. If you're a local and you live here, people just take care of you, and it's so emotional and rewarding that we live in such a great place.
It's a blessing, and it's always nice to hear too. I always, hear, especially the past year, we hear of all the negative things and all the things that are just kind of overwhelming in a negative sense. But man, you don't hear enough about these stories, like random people just like doing something really beautiful and selfless. And I love that part of this story. And we actually have a surprise for Mimi and Debbie. We managed to track down that couple. And I want to shout out to my team on my show because it took a minute to catch them, to find them. But their names are Janet and Jerry, and they're joining us now. So what's up, Janet? What's up, Jerry?
Hi, how are you doing?
Glad to be here.
I am doing well. And you've never met, right? Y'all have never met?
No, we've never met. We live about 40 minutes away, and we heard about their story and the predicament they were in, and we said, we've got to do something to help them.
What a beautiful couple you are. So Janet, how did this come about? Like, how did you hear about it?
Well, first I need to tell Debbie how touched I was by her story of cancer and it's to see you holding your wonderful grandchild just makes my heart just so full. But how it got here was because I also have cancer, and I was at my oncologist's office, and it was the day when the fire, I saw your house burning down on TV. I went to my oncologist's office and she told me, we talked about it. She just lives two houses away from you up there. And so she was telling me about your family. And she says, oh, they've got 2 children and she's pregnant. And so I came home and I told my husband, I said, we got to do something for them. I don't know what, but we talked about it and decided on making up a letter, and we just put it in all the doors in all of our neighborhood because with COVID, we couldn't do anything, couldn't talk to people. So we just put it on all the doors and asked them to donate. And everything the first 2 hours that I was out, my husband stayed home because we put our address on there. Somebody had dropped off a $100 bill just in the first 2 hours. And people just came and came and came. And everybody says, we don't know them, but we feel like we're their neighbors. Even though we live far away, we still feel like we're their neighbors. And so what do you do as neighbors? You help each other out.
It's so funny. Y'all keep saying good neighbors. We actually have a whole campaign thing we do on this show called Good Neighbors. And I'm like, y'all are like truly good, great neighbors. And
Yeah,
go ahead. I'm so sorry, Debbie.
the ultimate neighbors.
Yeah, I mean, and that's, man, if you guys think about it, like, this is such a beautiful story within your world, but like, imagine if everybody treated everybody like this. You're going through a hard time, then you help someone out. Like, imagine if everybody were that selfless. It would have a lot less issues, I think, I truly believe. But Mimi, what would you like to say to Jerry and Janet? Because I know y'all never met, so I know this has been overwhelming for you to even talk about, so I know it's got to be overwhelming to be able to, you know, even get the chance to like say thank you or whatever. But also, like, it's just a really cool thing to know, and I can't imagine how you felt with it's just like, oh my God, this, like, I cannot get out of the storm. You know, I can't get out, like, things just keep going wrong here. And to have some complete strangers just kind of help you turn it around, that's really cool.
I mean, when we got all of the items and we saw the note, my husband and I were just, I mean, we were so taken back, and thank you so much for, you know, your kindness and your love and you thinking of my little family. And it's just, I almost have no words for how grateful I am for you. And, you know, we talk about you and we tell everybody about you because it's just was one of those things that people always ask us, like, oh, well, and we're like, well, we don't even know these people and they did such wonderful things for us. So you are talked about and you are loved, and we just appreciate you.
Yeah, well, we're not the only ones inspired by this story. We partnered with National Mortgage Lender on Q Financial, and they take enormous pride in making the dream of home ownership a reality for everyone. They offer expert support and guidance to ensure getting a mortgage is simple. The team at OnQ Financial wants to help you and your family rebuild your third home. So they're giving you $25,000 just to kind of help you get started. And I can't even imagine, but you know what? Just go big or go home again. Who knows? I'm just saying. Three times. I mean, if this happens a third time, I promise I will help you rebuild the next home. This is unheard of. So thank you guys so much. Want more fun stuff? I thought so. Check out these videos floating around my head. This one is really cool. I'm just saying. No pressure.